It's Josh back at it again with some more NBA Live 19. I'm going to play all the way through the All-Star game. If you're a new viewer or return viewer, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
The Grizzlies secured the opening tip, and we're underway on Beale Street in Memphis. Lets it fly from long range. Textbook defense. Across the timeline, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. To Cantor. And he'll go to the foul line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Ennis Cantor at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 77% at the line. Oops, he missed the first one. Second one goes. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Grizzlies own the basketball to Wade. Sizing up the defense. Short jumper stays out.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Slam dunk.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. Missed his first, that one goes.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Here comes the screen. Wade to Valanciunas, and the slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine, and you call it a day.
Boston with the basketball. To Cantor. Jonas Valanciunas sends it away. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Grizzlies. Walker to Hayward. Has a look. Shot by Tatum won't go.
That's how you do it. You stay in his pocket and you never give him any space at all. You make him smell you every single possession.
Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
Nice pass to set things up.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
His man was close, but he finds a way to score.
You know, everyone gets lucky from time to time. You played the probability game perfectly on that possession.
Celtics have it. He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Dwayne Wade. Nothing going here on that drive. To Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Hayward. Throws it up. Oh, bad pass. The Celtics have it. Walker, the drive, right to the basket. To Walker. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out. Jones with it. Leads 1. And he's fouled. Couple free throws coming up, Jay.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Count the basket at the rim. Whistle and a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. To Wade. Slams it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Here comes the screen. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Marcus Smart, a couple of free throws on the way. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Nope, first one does not go. Good bounce back, hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Memphis with the rock. To Wade. Here comes the screen. Wade to Valanciunas. Throws it down. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
To Marcus Smart. Off the assist.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Jones with it. It's 14-12. To Wade. To Valanciunas. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Jonas Valanciunas has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 78% at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Here comes the screen. Boston with 4 to shoot. A lot of contact. No whistle. To Jackson. To Rodney Hood. Valanciunas. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
To Marcus Smart. Baseline drive. Shot from the lane, won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
And he finishes at the rim.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Here comes the screen. Costa Koufos able to recover with the block. Trying to cash in. Shot misses there by Smart. He'll let one fly from half court. We're through one at the FedEx Forum with the Grizzlies on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Head coach Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Hayward to Marcus Smart. Has a look. Won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Jackson. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc for 3. That bothered Kyle Anderson. Well defended. To Hayward. From the painted area, won't go down. Anderson to Jackson. Shot clock winding down. Fires the 3. Hand in his face. Josh Jackson can't connect. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Jones with it. Leads 5. Anderson. That's Smart with the rebound. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Hayward. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
To Kyle Anderson. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 8, Kemba Walker.
Kemba Walker here against Jones. To Hayward. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Now that's a contest.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
On the touch at the rim. Count it.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Celtics have it. Hayward. Surveys the floor. From the outside, no good. Jones with it. The lead stands at 9. Down low Anderson. Anderson rocking the rim.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Oh. I'm the ones that took care of that problem with Dear Bar.
The lead is 11.
Okay. Well.
Has a chance. Boston secures the rebound. Walker into the front court. He'll run the offense. Can't connect.
You know, and everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
To Kemba Walker. Here comes the screen. Walker. And his canter above the rim.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Jones with it. It's a 9-point lead. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Walker to Hayward. Here comes the screen. Walker to Hayward. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Hayward, great defense, forcing the miss. To Kyle Anderson. In a flash, scores at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Oh, man. Shit.
Kemba Walker, guarded by Tyus Jones. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. A pass taken away by the Celtics. Trying to cash in. And the rebound taken in by Memphis. Danny Green, pass to the rim. And a pass stolen by Boston. Tough make through traffic.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
It's Wade. Probing the defense. Nice finish at the rim.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed. Oh, denied. As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys control for the final shot. Oh, a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
Has a look. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make. Deep three at the buzzer. First half comes to an end. The Grizzlies are way out in front.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Grizzlies absolutely dominated the competition in the first half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Celtics may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Field goals.
What you see on the screen is how this team put itself at a disadvantage. They definitely have some adjustments to make for the second half.
Player of the half.
Jonas Valanciunas earns the recognition because of the sheer number of dunks he threw down. One after another, he kept rattling the rim with his awesome slams.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway.
Defense, let's go.
Nice pass to set things up and finishes strong. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Screen coming. Dwayne Wade. For 3, no good. That's great defense. To Hayward. Flushes it home.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Flash at the controls. Probing the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. Dwayne Wade. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
To Cantor. Hayward. Scores from the post.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Short jumper won't fall. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
To Cantor. Stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Jones with it. Looking to make something happen.
Gordon Hayward, you don't want to. You just got your ankles broken, bro.
To Valanciunas.
No shit.
Wade. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
To Hayward. Driving right to the basket. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten there. The follow won't go either.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Ball's controlled by Boston. To Hayward. Walker. They need something to go down. It's no good. And it's Cantor. He's now 4 for 6.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Now the Grizzlies will use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this 3rd quarter.
Nominations can be submitted on our team website.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. to Jaren Jackson. Spinning shot, won't fall.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Tatum. Tough shot. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Wade. Here comes the screen. Dwayne Wade. 5 on the shot clock for Memphis. Has a chance. Tatum grabs the board. Valanciunas with the rebound. Jones with it. Lead stands at 10. To Wade. Grizzlies with 4 to shoot. Here's a chance from long range. Can't connect. Here comes the screen. And stuffs it home.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. It's Grizzlies ball. Wade. Dwayne Wade. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
The assist from number 21, Tyus Jones.
Curling inside. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup there.
Coming. Boston with 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Has a look. Jackson with a shot. No good. Deep left corner. No good. Runner here. Won't go. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. A shot at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter, and a nice advantage for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies get the first crack at it as we begin the fourth quarter. And this one, Jay, not totally in the win column yet. But with a double-digit lead, you have to like their chances.
I love when I start seeing fans exit the arena so early in this game, and I hear people say, this one should be in the bag. Well, guess what? It's never a guarantee. You have to be careful not to slow down the pace of the game and take the air out of the basketball. You have to put your foot on the gas and try to win this game with a sense of urgency.
4-3. They swarm Jaren Jackson. Missed the shot. Walker with the basketball. Trailing by 14. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Hayward to Walker. Fires the three. Can't defend it any better. Kemba Walker misses.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Cruises inside for two.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch. And that's what we're seeing tonight.
Danny Green to Jaren Jackson. Had a chance, but it's no good. Not done yet. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Jones with it. They lead it by 14. To Danny Green. Good. Off a spin.
When the ball was in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Boston with the basketball. Missed a wide open look.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. Down a bundle. To Hayward. From long range. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Lets it fly from long range. Oh, that's how it's done.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Gets it in the left corner. Court Hayward. That's how it's done. Now 4 for 9.
These breakdowns happen because a team lacks communication. You have to point towards your man, keep that butt towards the baseline, and make sure you communicate through every screen.
Here comes the screen. Danny Green. Beyond the arc for 3. He engulfed him that time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Grizzlies at the controls right now. To Danny Green. Great feed. Sets it up. He throws it down. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Number 13. Entering the game for the Celtics. Number 45.
Sent it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Gets a look. Can't hit. Walker to Hayward. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Huh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Gordon Hayward at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throws good to cap off the three-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. Memphis, they've got it. To Wade. Here comes the screen. Dwayne Wade. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
Slams it down, and there was no stopping him that time.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Dwayne Wade, very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
To Wade. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Jones with it. His guys holding the big lead. To Jaren Jackson. Trying to cash in. The pass set it all up.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Whistle and a timeout for Memphis as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Fires the 3. Tyus Jones is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 81% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. It's the second. One more coming. perfect from the line. It's all three of them. To Kemba Walker. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Cantor to Walker. Give it to him. Kemba Walker not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
Come on. You knew that setup was coming the whole game. But you were patient and you waited until the right moment to use it.
Here comes the screen. Hood. Pass taken away by the Celtics.
You go back to the principles. Things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Deep three at the buzzer. Grizzlies get the victory as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Grizzlies added a win with today's solid victory. And the way they attacked the rim was outstanding. Not only is the dunk a high-percentage shot, it's also a great way to test the confidence of the defense. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Celtics didn't get the victory they wanted here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup.
Game stats. Player of the game.
Jonas Valanciunas gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Subscribe.
Number 1.
These are the upcoming matchups for the Memphis Grizzlies. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.
Oh shit, I was supposed to make three-pointers? Damn, I fucked up. At least I got another chance of doing it. Grayson Allen, if you don't get your ass somewhere else, you don't deserve to have a reward, bruh. Shit. I should be in this MVP award talk. Shit. Since I left your ass, you in the MVP talk. I should have re-signed with your ass. Alright, let's see what all the news got to say before we go to game 2. Triple double. Okay, whatever. If the Grizzlies keep this six-game winning or 6-game streak alive beyond record, let me tell you, I'ma try my best to keep that streak alive. Right now, we got Joel Embiid to worry about. And Ben Simmons. Almost forgot that Ben Simmons was on the 76ers. Cause I was about to say, I'm just thinking of 2K17 when Ben Simmons made Joel leave and go to the Pelicans. I'll be right back.
Good evening from Philadelphia. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, they love Rocky and stories of redemption here in Philadelphia. Right now, the Sixers with a brand new outlook.
And with this town just winning the 2018 Super Bowl, they've been donned with a new nickname, Titletown USA. Maybe an NBA championship on the horizon?
Something tells me they're tired of watching the same video of Dr. J on the parade float. Control by the Philadelphia 76ers. Here comes the screen.
Controller done. Yes.
To Tobias Harris. Free throws coming up.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
Ben Simmons at the line for 2 shots. 56% for his career. Oops, he missed the first one. Oh, he missed them both. Jones with it. Looking to make something happen. Curling inside. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
and good. A three-point play right at the start, and it's 3-0. Simmons with it. He'll run the offense. Nothing going here on that drive. Swings it to Rubio. Deep two there. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
To Wade. Off the assist.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Simmons with it. They're down 3. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Gets it in the left corner. It goes down.
When the ball was in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Sizing up the defense. Rubio to Simmons. Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Jones with it. Leads just a point. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2.
I could see the beads of sweat forming when he had to put the ball on the ground there. You still got it, though.
Simmons to Rubio. Stuffs it down with authority.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have...
Jonas is just getting shit on by Joel. Like, come on, bro.
Wade. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, short. Here's Rubio up top. Down a point. To Embiid. Dwayne Wade sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Joel Embiid looking good. 4 for 5.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Jaren Jackson. Here comes the screen. To Jaren Jackson. Jumper's good.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
To Embiid. Shot from the lane won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
To Wade. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Like the confidence, but a tough shot for Dwayne Wade. Here's Rubio into the front court. Down by 1. Simmons to Embiid. Joel Embiid. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Jaren Jackson. Here's a chance from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Here's Simmons looking it tough. His team up by 1. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Jones with it. Down 3. Not that time. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting a dish there. The way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Memphis with the rock. Deep left corner. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
No doubt about where that one is headed.
shot clock for Philadelphia. And Jackson able to grab the rebound. Has a look. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Brunson. And look out. Big finish at the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
And he scores. Jay, he may have taken a big step that time, but they'll count the bucket.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collected. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Harris to Embiid. Nice pass to set things up. To Jackson.
Number 21, Joel.
Off the mark. To Embiid. Brunson. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
That's how you punctuate a good first quarter. 3 more left to go, but you've set the momentum for the second.
That misses with 2 seconds to go. First quarter's complete. It's the Sixers out in front. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
I really like what I'm seeing.
Substitutions, Philadelphia. Substitutions, Memphis.
Screen coming. Couple of cracks.
Now, how the hell did I foul?
As a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Ben Simmons, couple of free throws on the way. He struggled so far. First free throw is good. So he hits the first, misses the second.
Push me on the floor.
That's going to be out of bounds. Sixers have the basketball. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Smith with the basketball. Leads a bucket. Count the bucket for 2.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
If you would like to participate in an upcoming event, you can register at our team website for more details.
Short jumper off the mark. In the front court comes Smith. Leads 4. Whoa, what a finish. to Wade. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Here comes the screen. Down to Chandler. Throws it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
And scores. Strong take.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Sixers control it. To Tobias Harris. Knocks it down.
Look, I don't need your help. I can do it my damn self.
And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
To Wade. Fires the three.
Ah, Wade, come on, bro.
In the front court comes Simmons. Up 6. And the finish. Slam dunk. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Gets toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Simmons into the front court. Up by 6. And finishes strong.
I don't think I could do that on the 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice.
Choice.
From long range. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your pass.
Here comes the screen. Won't go. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The 76ers have the lead.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The 76ers are up after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Grizzlies were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. They've been scrapping, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
I don't know. I didn't go today. Yeah, they would probably made me do that or go to Florida.
Grizzlies own the basketball.
How the hell did you make an open or guarded shot?
Ben Simmons. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Wade. Dwayne Wade. Blanketed. Shoots and hits.
Well, I like what you're doing right now. It looks like you're running some DHOs into PNRs. That's dribble handoffs into pick and roll. If you keep running that action, you're constantly going to keep the defense guessing.
Yes. And a foul. Hell of a chance at a 3-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Ben Simmons at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's struggled so far. He gets it.
I love the drive to the basket there. It's
Simmons with it. It's an 8-point lead. Here comes the screen. Reset here. Let's see what they do. That's no good. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Here comes the screen. And counted at the rim.
I remember my high school coach said, one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
To Simmons. Ben Simmons.
I thought Ben Simmons is doing all the fucking work.
Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA Awards. As he stood up on that stage, accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Simmons with it. He'll run the offense. Trying to cash in. The shot by Simmons won't go down.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the rest to blow the whistle.
All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space.
Bro, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
And the defender over pursues. And he's
Sorry, YouTube.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Simmons. Oh, the whistle. Hey, take your hands off him.
He took a chance.
Substitution being made in this
Okay, you take me out because I fouled 3 times. I better call this up too. Bruh. We lost this game, y'all. Ben Simmons did all the freaking work.
for 3. He engulfed him that time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
And he finishes at the rim.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Brunson. Jonas Valanciunas pins it.
And that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Count it.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Brunson to Tobias Harris. Shot from in close, no good. The foul won't go either. Jones with it. His guys down 11. Gets a shot off the mark.
You know, and everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Beyond the arc for 3. Tough shot. Well defended. Brunson to Embiid. Able to convert inside.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Grizzlies. Harris. perfect feed to set up the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Tobias Harris. To Brunson. Here comes the screen. Cleans it up. Another shot won't go either. Another foul. No good. Another foul.
Oh damn, bro, you can't make a shot? What the?
Has a chance. And the rebound taken down by Harris. The Sixers are victorious.
Joel was just like, hello? And you couldn't make it, like, what the hell?
I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Grizzlies didn't get the victory they wanted here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Memphis Grizzlies. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
If you want me to play more park games, please let me know too. I will try my best to do that. Like I said, I'm not good at park games, but I will try my best. Oh, skills. Game number 3. And face the Nets in game number 4. Halo. Motivation.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From FedEx Forum at 34th Street in downtown Memphis. Tonight, it's the Memphis Grizzlies taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Memphis.
Kayla.
Whistles for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. You pay to be going forward.
And hits the first free throw. He's 2 for 2. Got it.
Why y'all just randomly bump into each other like that?
Clarkson with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Five to shoot for Cleveland to Evans. Beyond the arc for three. Good contest. Tyreek Evans can't hit it. To Valanciunas. Nice pass to get things going.
It's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Cavaliers with the basketball. To Love. Probing the defense. Surveys the floor. Trying to cash in. Not a tough shot. Hand in his face. He makes the pay.
It looks like he's using his ball handle to feel the game there. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there, trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Now prepared.
That shouldn't have been a shooting foul. That should have been a block.
It's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing the shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
First try, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. It's Wade. Probing the defense. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Clarkson with the basketball. Down a point. To Evans. Screen coming. Evans. No doubt. Slams it down.
That's the intensity you need to see. Remember, players running up and beat each other. That goes to inside the ball and let you know how hard you dunked that basket.
Fires the three. Now that's a contest. To Love. Goes reverse to lay it in.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
And now it's Flash with the basketball. Fires the three. Message received. Well defended. Clarkson with the basketball. Up by three. To Evans. Dwayne Wade able to recover with the block.
And that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Jaren Jackson. Layup goes down. Well done.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Clarkson with the basketball. Leads one.
Damn.
To Love. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Jones with it. He'll run the offense. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Clarkson with the basketball. Leads just a point. To Evans. things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. That's it.
Hey, to start game, let's take it on.
Substitutions.
Clarkson. And count the basket.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did. But the
Clarkson with the basketball. The lead is 2. Corver. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Look at all these people,
You
damn.
can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Larry Nance Jr. at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 68%. Oops, he missed the first one. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Flash at the controls. Curling inside. It goes down.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 then, but he got the shot in.
Clarkson with the basketball. His team up by 1. From the painted area, won't go down. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
First one, count it. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Wade. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup, with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
It's Wade. For 3. Tough shot. He hits.
Hey, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't hit something. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Nice pass to set things up. Count it.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammates with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Clarkson with the basketball. Down by 1. To Evans. Nance. To Corver. That's toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug in the park.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Jaren Jackson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, cleaning the offensive glass. And counted at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His was effortless.
To Corver. Not going to have it this time.
Not skipping a beat. There are some things that you just cannot teach. That's called a 6'10" frame with a 7'5" wingspan.
Evans. shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Shoot it, my boy. Shoot it. Go ahead and shoot it.
To Evans.
Shoot it, Harvey. Shoot it.
Cavs with 4 to shoot. Nance to Evans. From the outside, no good.
Trash, my boy. You trash.
They've got it. Take stock of the floor. To Wade.
Damn, Wayne.
Two there.
I thought you were going to make
That's
it.
how you do. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs are calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off.
Shoot it, boy. Shoot it.
20
Miss.
at the buzzer. So the difference, 3 points as we've reached the break. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose and our
What up, my nigga Jalen
halftime
Rose?
report. Jalen.
I don't care, MLB. Leave me the fuck alone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Grizzlies will start the second half with a narrow lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Cavaliers are keeping things competitive after 2 quarters. Offensively, when they're in the paint, they've had success. They need to keep that up if they want to take the lead in this contest. These are the guys getting buckets for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game traffic. Bench points.
What I found interesting about that half of basketball is how the momentum stayed high, even when the substitutions started coming into the game. These guys coming off the bench, from both benches actually, are doing a great job of making positive contributions.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Nine made and 3 missed.
Who was cold?
Your mom was cold.
Tyreek Evans hasn't had much luck getting into an offensive rhythm. He's been able to get shots up, but more often than not, they just haven't been dropping for him.
But the more I think about his mom.
Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
Time things through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Cleveland has the basketball. Evans to Clarkson. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Stuffs it down with
Okay, brother. Trimmers, you took my damn dunk. I don't want to give you an assist, but I gotta know I was a freaking
his guys
choice.
down 3.
then K-Love come back when it's all done.
Kevin Love with the stuff. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
They swarm Jaren Jackson. Missed the shot. To Clarkson. And he finishes
You know, he may not show up in your feed all the time with the crazy highlights, but he's one of the most underrated creative shot makers we have in this game.
Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact.
Better wake up, Cleveland.
And now it's Flash with the basketball. To Valanciunas. Slam dunk.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Wake your ass up, Cleveland.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
At the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Off the mark at the line. Jones with it. Looking to make something happen. Has a chance. The rebound's cleared by the Cavs. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
And that is a sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defense.
Come on, bro. That was a whole shot.
Deep left corner. Love. Wide open look. Won't go. Finishes strong.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Proud City.
To Love. Throws it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Jones with it. His guys now down by a point.
Shoot. And that's what this game is. As the game plays, you have to adjust on the fly. That delivers the element of surprise.
Jonas Valanciunas.
Oh, I thought he was not going to get it.
You can sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Direction mid-flight, and also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim, that was a thing of beauty.
To Danny Green, lets it fly from long range, Long Island zone. Danny Green with the 3.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making a shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
To Danny Green. Nothing going here on that drive. To Danny Green. Here's a chance from long range. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over. Cavs at the controls. And finishes strong.
It's that
Good job on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I didn't know that either. Thought he retired on here.
To Jackson. Going to launch beyond the arc. And he hits.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what?
Wake up, Cleveland. And you only got one more quarter.
His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket.
I'm trying to make this game interesting. Let my players hit the rest. Dang, Tyreek Evans, who you throwing into? Cast for the Ghost?
Time to shuffle things up.
Any of my viewers got NBA 2K23?
Jones with it. 2-point advantage. 4-3. Well defended.
Shoot or shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Look out, Larry Nance Jr.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do.
Clarkson. Tristan Thompson with the slam.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Clarkson. Short jumper stays out.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game was got.
Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Clarkson. And a throwdown.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that,
Okay.
it's the inside of his
Clearly, y'all came back and made 56. Now it's time I come back and destroy you. Just wanted to make it interesting.
To Jackson. Beyond the arc for three. Josh Jackson is going to get 3 shots.
JJ.
His career mark right now sits at 63.
Damn, Josh.
Can't connect on the first free throw. It's the second. One more coming. Clarkson with the basketball. His group now down 2. Cashes in for 2.
And don't you dare think about the fourth quarter yet. The only quarter that matters is the one you're playing in right now. Finish strong.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Danny Green. Fires for 3. Josh Jackson is going to get a chance at 3 here, shooting 66% in this contest. First try at the line, no good.
An interesting bit of news today about the ongoing Owens MP drama. A plate of the
Second and 3, got it.
Boston Celtics requested MP participate in a PR initiative to reimburse fans.
Clarkson with the basketball. Shot clock off as they look to tie or take the lead onto the fourth quarter. No good. Looks like they may have gotten there. Nothing going here on that drive. And scores. That's the end of the quarter. The Grizzlies down front.
I agree with you. Not for once. But passive commitment. No, seriously though, I'm all for getting involved in the community. Every pro athlete should get back. They, right. But if this team thinks MP can make the chef comparisons go away by being a good
Grizzlies get the first crack at it.
wins. MP plays with he doesn't.
Look at that calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice who reach inbounds like that will be the team that ends up with the L.
Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. To Jaren Jackson. Nothing going here on that drive. From the painted area, won't go down. And he's through. Man, how to stop that?
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. It's Grizzlies ball to Jaren Jackson. Grizzlies with 4 to shoot. Fires the 3, and he knocks it down.
And here's the setup Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force a defense to collapse and kick out for, guess what, another one.
And knocks it down.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Off the assist.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
First of all, I've been crazy. PR listen to the
Here's Barea. The margin standing now at 7.
That's it.
And the slam.
And easy too, get back on defense.
I don't question your desires.
To Jaren Jackson. And he hits.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the past. Past is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
It's not such a team scheme that's going on here.
Tyreek Evans picked up by Jones.
Simple as that. I mean, okay. But that's fair enough. I'm just asking questions here. That's just being great with it.
Won't go down. To Jaren Jackson for 3. That's off the side of the ring. No good. Here's Barea. The deficit is 6. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go. And here's the foul. Right now it's a 2-possession game. So if he hits 1 or 2 of these, it could be all she wrote.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
Valanciunas. Too much contact. And free throws coming.
The game
Where they go in?
So,
is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
First free throw is good.
that's how I feel. I'm just trying to get some shooting.
And gets both to drop at the line. Now the Cavs gonna signal for timeout. It's just their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 more. Cleans it up. There you go. Way to stay with it.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
And here's the foul. Right now it's a 2-possession game. So if he hits 1 or 2 of these, it could be all she wrote.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
Able to convert on both free throws.
many three-pointers were scored. Everyone in the arena should have been given a free umbrella for the way they made it rain from long range. Check out the leading scores for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Cavaliers lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, star points never show up on the scoreboard.
Whether you're new, returning, or a classic WoW matchup, Classic Free Patch has tons of content to offer and ways for you to prepare
I was
for the
really
next
impressed
journey
by
of
the
your
way
game.
these teams shared the ball. As you can see in these highlights, the ball movement was spectacular. It can't be said enough. The extra pass can make all of the difference.
Player of the game.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in this game. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming matchups for the Memphis Grizzlies. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.
Here you go. 23-9. Wow.
It's NBA action on EA. The tap is controlled by Brooklyn. Bad pass taken away by the Grizzlies. Fires the three. Tough shot. Well defended. Dinwiddie into the front court. He'll run the offense. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
Huh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref's bit, and that's the game.
Spencer Dinwiddie trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
When the ball was in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Into the front court, it's Irving. His team up by one. That's out. Last touch by Kyrie Irving. Jones with it. Down a point. Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. Where do you live now?
Of course, I follow my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place, only 5 minutes outside of Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Here's Irving in the front court. Leads just a point. To Durant. Screen coming. Durant to Irving. From the outside, no good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive game.
Come down.
Screen coming. Irving to Jordan. Down low.
Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender is ready. Nice finish at the rim.
No doubt about that.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. They're down three. Valanciunas. Deep left corner. Way. His first effort off the mark. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Bodies bouncing all around in that layup, with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Here's Durant for two. Kevin Durant, 2 of 4 now. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Irving with the basketball. Right now, 12 all. Durant. Short jumper stays out. Valanciunas. Off pass stolen by the Nets.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the top.
And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Now the Grizzlies will use a timeout as they make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Both coaches dipping into their reserve. And too much contact.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on it, that's a foul.
Durant to Dinwiddie. Down low to Jordan. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Wade. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
KD with the rock. Short jumper off the mark. Danny Green. DeAndre Jordan.
Asshole.
Oh, he blocked that one out the mark.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. Leads 5 to Durant. Screen coming. Durant guarded by Josh Jackson. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Danny Green from long range. Danny Green can't get down to go. Defense all over him.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with the passing.
Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. Terrific
This
shooting.
is not going how I had it planned.
Come on, DJ. Get the people what they want. I want that for my screensaver.
To Danny Green. Josh Jackson. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
The center created
You're not winning this game, Durant. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a 3-point play. No foul.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? He created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
And the rebound taken in by Memphis. Cash is in for 2.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Thomas Jefferson. Oh, the touch at the rim.
I don't know if the scout report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Dinwiddie into the front court. Up 5. Kevin Durant lets it fly. Not that time.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player
This
offensively.
shit is
Was that
not.
a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot enough.
To Hollis Jefferson. Durant picked up by Josh Jackson. Here comes the screen. Durant. Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal.
No.
Oh, I missed a short one there. Kevin Durant has it. Doesn't have the touch. No good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Wade for 3. Like the confidence, but a tough shot for Dwayne Wade. Dinwiddie with the basketball. Lead stands at 7. To Durant. Great feed. Sets it.
Oh, he sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Big finish at the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
To Hollis Jefferson. Great feed. And a 2. Counted at the rim for DeAndre Jordan.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
It's Brooklyn's ball. That is great vision to set it up. Slam dunk for Hollis Jefferson. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
To Wade. Josh Jackson. They call a 3-second violation.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Kevin Durant rejects it and scores.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Dinwiddie into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Wade.
Oh my God.
Cleared by the Nets. Deep 3 at the buzzer. First half comes to an end with the Nets in front.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. These are the guys getting buckets for the Brooklyn Nets. The Grizzlies would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Game track. Assists. Player of the half.
DeAndre Jordan has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Take Durant out. Take DeAndre Jordan. We can win this game. Shit.
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete. But even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy.
Got a big one for you.
We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Mavs 1, Jazz 1, Clippers 1.
Back to Ed and
All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Memphis, they've got it. Yes, and a foul. They'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is down to 6. Irving into the front court. His guys lead here early stages third quarter. Here comes the screen. Irving to Durant. 4-3. Cleans it up. Count the bucket for 2.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Valanciunas. Nice pass to set things up.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
To Jordan. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Count it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collected. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Kevin Durant with the rock. To Hollis Jefferson. Won't go. Jones with it. The deficit is 6. Easy pass to the rim.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Durant across the timeline. He'll run the offense. To Dinwiddie. Now to Jordan, down low. Shot from the lane, won't go. To Wade, has a look.
Oh man.
This is for Wade.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting.
Runner's good there.
Ooh, I'm telling you from experience, his teammates will never let that one down.
KD with the rock. To Irving. Takes stock of the floor. Kyrie Irving for 2. Kyrie Irving. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
At the basket. Great body control, Jay. He was a freight train down the lane.
It's not a travel, Ed. You're allowed 2 steps after you pick up the ball. These steps may be more east and west instead of north and south. But this is the new game that these young kids are playing.
Jay, they're so athletic. I would imagine it varies from official to official.
Or it varies from great player to great player.
Nice pass to set things up. Nice pace.
Who the hell number 51?
Slams it down.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
And counted at the rim.
Here's lesson number 1. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
Nothing going here on that drive. Now ready to shoot at the line.
No. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Kyrie Irving at the line for 2 shots. A career 87% from the line. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Jones with it. The deficit now up to 5. Nets have it. To Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out. Jay, I'm surprised. He had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
What the Earl step?
Into the front court, it's Irving. Looking to make something happen. Trying to cash in. Irving, no good with it. DeAndre Jordan up and good with the putback.
That's just DJ doing what DJ does right there.
Hood. Going to launch beyond the arc.
Fuck.
That's his first personal.
And he connects on the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw. Knocks down all 3 at the line. The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
I got clamps on you.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Danny Green. Off the assist.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Brooklyn's got it.
I ain't doing no lob. Fuck that.
Kyrie lets it go. Kyrie Irving. He's now 4 for 6.
Sometimes when the players
Feeling right
find
now.
that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
To Rodney Hood. Lets it fly from beyond the arc.
Let's go.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Layup goes down. Well done. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college. But the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Danny Green at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Here's Irving into the front court. Game's all tied in the final minute here in the third. Working hard on the glass. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense
Got a piece of it.
jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Anderson has a chance. Deep two there, won't go. To Irving. Has a look. Shot by Kyrie, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game was scouted.
Finishing inside the paint on that one. Deep three at the buzzer. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. Scoreboard says it's all even. Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And this game's been everything we could have hoped for. All tied up after three.
This is what happens when you have...
Oh, hell no. Coach, you out for that.
Here comes the screen. Count the basket at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on him a little bit.
To Durant. Beyond the arc for three. That's a dangerous spot. Kevin Durant wide open. He nails it. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
And scores. Great body control, Jay, as he ran down the lane.
There is no recovery, Ed, in particular if the defender does not stay on balance.
And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
That's his third personal foul. Team foul number 4, Memphis Grizzlies.
Irving. To Durant. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Here's a chance from long range.
Oh my God.
Get it to go. Brooklyn with the basketball. To Irving. Here comes the screen. Durant. With the fadeaway. Turns him for the basket.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2" guard. Scary.
To Valanciunas. Dwayne Wade. Fires the three. Message received. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Durant. And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
How the hell the coach let us lose like this? We had them
Get
warning.
it to Durant. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
I I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
And he's going to the free throw line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
First one, counted. And gets both to drop at the line. Irving brings the ball up court. Yes, and the foul.
I'm done.
Chance at three coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Kevin Durant trying to cash in on a three-point play. Career 88% from the line. Free throw's good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach.
Hell yeah, it fell out of reach.
Fires the three. They dared him, and he burns them.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
And count the basket inside.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Short jumper off the mark.
Just the thought of coming into the lane amongst the trees, that shot was altered before he even took it.
And the finish at the rim.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul. But take it when
Durant has it. And they
Fuck it.
And you can't lunge like that.
Kevin Durant has got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. First free throw is good. Able to convert.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.
Two games I'm lost already.
is NBA action on... The opening tip corralled by the Hawks. They've got it first as we're underway in Atlanta. Jay, I'm going to say that you don't know this, but since 1980, the Hawks have drafted only 4 players to appear in the All-Star game. Doc Rivers, Kevin Willis, Al Horford, and Jeff Teague.
Well, how about a guy named Dominique Wilkins? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, interesting that you'd ask. Dominique Wilkins was actually selected by the Utah Jazz. It's the Hawks with the basketball. Trae Young to the rim. Flushes down the slam. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between 2 players. We call that an eyesight contract. Because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
To Parker. Trying to cash in. Won't go. End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
So you're just going to let him go coast to coast like that?
Trae Young to Parker. The drive, right to the basket. Oh!
Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Knocks it down from mid-range.
This has been a good first quarter for him so far. That wasn't an easy shot, but he was able to knock it down and add to their lead.
Here comes the screen. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. To Wade. Dwayne Wade, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Oh, not only does that require extraordinary athleticism, but also a ton of confidence, especially before he even had a chance to build up a good sweat.
Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
All by himself, creates his own shot there.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Trae Young to Randolph.
Randall.
Trae Young to Parker. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Valanciunas. Count the basket at the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Trae Young. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Can't connect.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Here comes the screen. Baseline drive. Down the lane. Shot won't fall.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Ain't nobody blocking or anything.
That's what they need to do more of. Attack that basket. Hit him where it hurts.
Parker into the front court. Now down 6. Trae Young. Jonas Valanciunas. Huge block. Count the bucket for 2. Whistle and a timeout for Memphis as he'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Jones with it. 14-10 the score.
Count it. I like that aggression earlier. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
Trae Young. To Randolph. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Right down Broadway, 4-2.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Randolph. Doesn't get the bounce. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Beyond the arc for 3. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you got to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
To Randolph. To Trae Young. The Hawks with 4 to shoot. Shot won't go.
Woo, I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job in the defensive end.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Screen coming. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
That pass stolen by the Hawks. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. The first quarter's complete. The Grizzlies out in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Going to launch beyond the arc.
Man, you get free pizza, nigga.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Hawks with the basketball.
Brooklyn pissed me off. Now this is a statement game now.
Knocked loose. Taken away by the Grizzlies.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Buries it.
I don't know how he saw his man out and cut like that. That was nice.
Rivers into the front court. Trailing by 15. Defense making the ball carrier work. Won't go down. Fires the 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Down low Collins. And the rebound belongs to Memphis. Fires the three. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
The Hawks will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Teams tweaking their lineups. Here
Substitutions.
that one fly from half court. First half in the books. The Grizzlies have the lead.
Thanks, Ed. The Grizzlies will start the second half with a narrow lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Hawks are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game track.
3 points.
Assists.
That was an excellent first half of basketball. And I say that because of the way these teams move the ball. The offenses have been flowing, and the action has been mesmerizing. We've got ourselves a nice game here today.
Player of the half.
Me, nigga.
I like this choice because he really put on the show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
It should be 4, but whatever.
Number 2. Number 1.
Trailblazers, y'all losing it, bro.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
lets it fly from long range, smothering D.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Textbook defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
The big fella, Zach Randolph. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
Let me tell you something that nobody would ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Trae Young, down low Randolph.
The phone.
And And a putback slam.
Look out. Freight train coming through.
Jones with it. Our score all even in this third quarter. From long range, tough shot, well defended. Trae Young to Parker. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. To Wade. 4-3. Dwayne Wade turning back the clock. Tough shot.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Trae Young to Parker. Has a look. Not today. It's the free throw. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Jones with it. Leads a bucket. Has a chance. No good. Rivers to bring it into the front court. He'll run the offense. And he knocks it down at the line. To Parker. That's going to be out of bounds. Parker. From the painted area, won't go down. Hood. And counted at the rim.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as a difference maker in this ballgame is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
To Parker. 5 to shoot for Atlanta. Short jumper misses.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Add 2 points to the board.
No doubt about where that one is headed.
Jonas Valanciunas pins it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Grizzlies own the basketball. For 3. Now that's a contest. Rivers with the basketball. The deficit now up to 5. To Parker. Down for Collins. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters. But when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Rivers picked up by Jones. Here comes the screen. Austin Rivers to Parker. Oh, they called the foul, Jay.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Austin Rivers to Parker. The pass set it all up.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Here's a chance from long range. To Rivers. Parker. Down low Collins. Oh, emphatic slam.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
Tyus Jones against the Ukrainian Lamb. Throws it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Rivers. Parker. He engulfed him that time. Great feed. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the ring. Short.
They had so much success in the first half knocking down the three-point shot. That's not the case so far in the second. Try to play inside out. Maybe attack the rim. See the ball go in first.
Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Parker with it. His guys down 3. Nice finish at the rim.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Nothing going here on that drive. Fires the 3. Oh, he hits the 3.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Rivers into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. To Parker. Driving right to the basket. Jonas Valanciunas tips it. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Grizzlies. Parker. Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
Jabari Parker
Fuck.
blocking the rim. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first 3 have lived up to the billing.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. The Grizzlies out in front. Hawks with the basketball to start this fourth quarter. And a lot of people might not have expected this to be a one-score game this late. But wait, Jay, we have ourselves a ball game.
And I've been in this situation so many times as a team that's been the favorite. You expect to win the ball game, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in the middle of a true battle. This looks like it could be anybody's game right now.
Can't connect from inside. To Jaren Jackson. Fires the 3. Tough shot. He hits.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough 2s, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
To Parker. Deep left corner. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Allen Crabbe.
I'm a crabby.
To shuffle things up.
I'm gonna say, don't you take me out.
Memphis with the rock. To Jaren Jackson. Lets it fly from long range. Oh, that's how it's done.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Wade. He was all over. Missed the shot. No free throws. Not that time. To Valanciunas. Goes to the right side. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Message received. Well defended. To Trae Young. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way.
Parker. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Trae Young to Parker. Jonas Valanciunas with a piece.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Trying to cash in, and he buries it on the step back. Jay, this move continues to evolve since the days of Allen Iverson.
It does so much, Ed. When you step back east or west while maintaining your dribble, look at all your options. Number one, a hezzy. You look at the rim, defender jump shot, go by him. Number two, maybe a crossover in the same direction you just came from to throw the defender off. Or number three, a raise into an easy jump shot. It's easy when you have this bag of tricks.
And when the game's on the line, that's arguably when it's most dangerous. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side or even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
Ah, the monster stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Bucks have it. To Rivers. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for two.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
Now the Grizzlies will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Jones with it. The lead is 11. Inside the paint on that one.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
To Parker. The big fella, Zach Randolph. He's now 4 for 6.
Old school equals high percentage.
Jones with it. It's an 11-point game. From long range. Man, that was a tough shot.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
To Parker. Shot from the lane won't go.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Trae Young to Parker. The drive, right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Jones with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Kyle Anderson, 4-3. That bothered Kyle Anderson, well defended. Dwayne Wade swats it.
That kid can block out the sun.
Hey, check up, let's go.
To Kyle Anderson.
Yep.
Curling inside. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw's good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Trae Young. Short jumper stays out. Jones with it. His guys holding the big lead. For three, yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Trae Young. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Grizzlies at the controls right now. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch. And that's what we're seeing tonight.
Tyrese Jones a dumbass for that. How you gonna just shoot it at 15 seconds?
Here's a chance from long range. Won't go down. Deep three at the buzzer. Grizzlies get the victory as they win this one in blowout fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Play the rules here. And I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Grizzlies got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. Sometimes a team can hurt itself by being so aggressive on defense. And sometimes a team can guarantee itself a win by using defensive aggression in a focused way, like we saw here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Hawks didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you can tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game track. Assists.
The Memphis Grizzlies played fantastic team basketball today. Ball movement is clearly what separated these two squads. With 1,000 words, there's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup.
Sure, y'all give this 10 likes, and I'll do probably
What can you
another
say about a guy
street
like this? Except that he missed
court
the time
game.
on this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. So what should be a terrific matchup here tonight? We're at Little Caesars Arena. Tonight, the Detroit Pistons taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Tip to the Pistons, and we're underway at Little Caesars Arena. To Alonzo Trier. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark. And he scores, plus the foul. Andre Drummond is going to the line, where he's gotten better as a shooter and a chance at three. That won't go. Jones with it. Down two. Now ready to shoot at the line.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Rose into the front court. He'll run the offense. Baseline drive. No good. Oh, looked like he may have gotten him there. Jones with it. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. And count the basket inside.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Rose into the front court. They trail by two. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Simply put, can you build a franchise around Blake Griffin right now?
No, not right now. I think he's starting to get to the latter part of his career. I think he could be a key cog in a championship team, but just not the main guy.
From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up the three.
Rose into the front court. Down three. To Alonzo Trier. Short jumper stays out.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
To Valanciunas. And 2 points to the board.
Scoring is going to be so important for the Grizzlies this year. You have to remember, They were second from the bottom in points per game. Only the Kings were worse the year before.
Jonas Valanciunas rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Here comes the screen. Kennard. Memphis, they've got it. Valanciunas. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Derrick Rose, picked up by Jones. Going to launch beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Here comes the screen. Rose to Drummond. The big fella, Andre Drummond. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Jaren Jackson. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And look out, Jay. Perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They look lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now the Pistons going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Mixing things up. Hockey lines. Alonzo Trier. Lets it fly from long range. Good contest. No dice for Trier. It's Grizzlies ball. Here comes the screen. To Valanciunas. It's a big finish.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
To Alonzo Trier. Here comes the screen. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go. Jones with it. Up by 6. For 3. Man, that was a tough shot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Griffin.
What up, Blake Griffin?
To Alonzo Trier. Count the basket inside.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Jones with it. Lead stands at 7. Here comes the screen. Wayne Wade. 4-3. Message received. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. He's 2 for 2 now.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Jaren Jackson, trying to cash in. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Here comes the screen. Alonzo Trier. Detroit with 4 to shoot. And now it's Flash with the basketball. Beyond the arc for 3. That one off the mark. It's no good.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Score, strong take.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Jones with it. Leads 5. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Deep left corner. Alonzo Trier to Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. 3 for 3 in this first half.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Wade. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Out of bounds. Last touch by the Pistons. Jones with it. Up 5. Here comes the screen. Goes to the left side. Fires the 3. He was all over him. With the step back.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans can never do, even if you're not known for it.
Here comes the screen. To Jaren Jackson. Wade. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, that's how it's done.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
To Griffin. Drummond. Nice pass to set things up. Turns and slams it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Jones with it. 4 points the differential as we come up on halftime. Shakes free and hits.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
To Alonzo Trier.
Cash ready. Money shot ready.
Drummond. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out. Jones with it. His guys can hold for the final shot. Fires the three. Tough shot. Well defended. Straight on three. At the buzzer. Good. A three. At the
Good
buzzer.
God Almighty.
Going right so far as they've extended the lead. First half in the books. And a nice advantage for the Grizzlies.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Grizzlies have the advantage on the scoreboard at halftime. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Pistons are down at halftime and in need of some momentum. They don't have a single player that can claim double figures in scoring. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Detroit Pistons.
866.
Game track. Assists.
The Detroit Pistons struggle to play the angles and allow too many passing lanes to exist. However, some credit has to go to their opponents for the way they move the ball. They've been taking advantage of the situation.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete. But even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Wade to Jaren Jackson. Has a chance. And strokes it.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
Rose picked up by Jones.
The Jones twins.
A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Jaren Jackson. From long range. He engulfed him that time. Short jumper misses. Wade. Beyond the arc. Like the confidence, but a tough shot for Dwayne Wade. The drive, right to the basket.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was
Sent that to another area code.
Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Derrick Rose, here against Jones. And the Grizzlies have the rebound. Jones with it. The lead is 15. Lets it fly from long range. Knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Here comes the screen. That's what you like.
Wow, Derrick Rose dunking now.
Nice, easy basket. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first three quarters. But when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Wade and Griffin, the rebound. Alonzo Trier to Rose. Has a look. Shot by Simmons won't
Oh,
fall.
that shit can go in.
For three, buries the wide open three. That's too easy.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Rose. Down to Griffin. Slams it.
Oh, Griffin, you one lucky mother.
Stopping him that time.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Rose into the front court. His guys down big. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
First free throw is good. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Grizzlies own the basketball. 4-3. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Rose into the front court. Down a bundle. To Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Jones, guarded by Derrick Rose. Beyond the arc for 3. No good. That's great defense. That is great vision to set it up. Slam dunk, Alonzo Trier.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did we do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Fires the 3.
Really, Jones, Tyrus Jones.
Griffin passed it off.
Oh, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Valanciunas rises for the slam. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Twisted in the
I
wind.
don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and
Oh, Derrick Rose.
go right now.
Rose to Alonzo Trier. Down low for Griffin. Able to convert inside.
And I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead their team to the promised land.
Rose into the front court. Looking to make something happen.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Griffin. To Rose. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not getting the bounce. The big fella, Andre Drummond. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Rose into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Griffin.
Griffin, Rose, go home to y'all houses because it's over, bro.
Alonzo Trier fires the three. Valanciunas there for the board.
The 3-ball ain't you, bro.
In the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
To Griffin. From long range.
Nope. Try again.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Griffin.
Nope. Try again. Oh, shit.
Straight on three. At the buzzer. How about that? A three at the buzzer. That's going to bring some icy stares from the other bench. This one is now all over.
Bye, Detroit. I still love you, though. Oh, shit.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Grizzlies put together a nice win here today. And how could I not mention all the shots they blocked in this one? You can see the confidence grow with each one, and it really fed into their success as a team. It was a pretty standout way to win. The Pistons just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Detroit Pistons.
13-12. Reggie Jackson, bro. Go to the Clippers. 3-point shooting. What the fuck?
The Memphis Grizzlies played fantastic team basketball today. Ball movement is clearly what separated these two squads.
Player of the game.
Player of the game.
Easy choice for player of the game. No one else made as big of an impact in this matchup.
One rebound, 2 assists.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment.
Oda was.
Of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show.
I still want to face that one dude named Will
Here are the
Hauser.
top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
We the ones. Oh my God.
Here's a view of the upcoming games for the Detroit Pistons.
Except y'all ain't running it back with us.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.
All these damn injuries don't make no sense. Kraft, Chris, and Joker. I don't know who the hell he is. Eric Bledsoe, Jeff Teague. Don't know who he is. Garnari. All these people don't make no sense. Like, what the fuck? But I will do game or Denver and Oklahoma later on. I'm gonna take a break for a little while. So, like, comment, and subscribe.